How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to Heinz Field. It's a gold out as your Pitt Panthers host the visiting Duke Blue Devils. You can see a gold shirt giveaway here at Heinz Field makes a gold out crowd as the Panthers look to stay golden and continue their winning ways on the quest for another ACC Coastal Division title against the current bottom feeders of the division, the Duke Blue Devils, who are looking for their first win in the ACC this season. It's Pitt Panthers football coming to you live here from the Pitt Panthers Football Network. So we get things started here. Your Pitt Panthers will receive after Duke deferred to the second half. Maurice French back to take the opening kickoff. He's about 3 yards deep in the end zone. He will bring it out, and he gets to near about the 23-yard line when he's brought down, and that's where the Panthers will start out today, led out by junior quarterback Kenny Pickett. He's flanked by redshirt sophomore running back Todd Sibley Jr., who is going to take the handoff and try and cut up the middle, only picks up about a yard. Sibley struggled on the ground yesterday, and it's an area where the Panthers have really struggled, and they'll take on a Duke team that's been very poor defensively overall and poor against the run, so maybe this could be a game where the Panthers could get things moving offensively. Second and 9, though, for Pickett. 3 wide set. He's back, rolls out to his right, looks, tries to find a man. That is Paul Lease, who catches the ball coming back, but he brings himself back across the first down marker, and he'll set up 3rd and short for the Panthers. 2 tight ends sent out. Pickett under center. He hands off. It's Sibley, and he just doesn't have that burst of speed at all. He loses a yard there as he's blown up in the backfield. Poor blocking, poor running, and the Panthers go 3 and out and are forced to punt the ball away. Quentin Harris, the quarterback for Duke. He's starting in place of the injured Daniel Jones, who's been out for a majority of this season, so the redshirt senior Harris takes over. He's a good mobile quarterback, not necessarily the most well-known of passers, but he does find a man over the middle. That's Kelvin Spencer, the speedy slot receiver there, who picks that ball up and goes for 21 yards, and Duke already into Pitt territory here early in the first quarter. Harris, 3-step drop over the middle. That's deflected away. Great job by Paris Ford, cutting across the middle of the field and slapping that football down out of the way. 3rd and long now for Duke. Harris back to pass. It's a screen. Panthers have that red all the way. Nika Dempierre collects it, but he is sliced down in the backfield. That's Salim Brightwell making a good tackle, and Duke's forced to punt the ball away. After a touchback, the Panthers will start here at their own 20-yard line. Pickett looks for a man out wide, nowhere to go. He overthrows his receiver, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Panthers, off to a very slow start here on their opening 2 drives offensively. 3rd and 10, Pickett back, time across the middle, has a man. That's Antonio Greer, but the sophomore tight end does not hold on to that one. A tough drop as he tried to catch it on the run, and it's another Pitt punt. Duke to start out with very good field position. Harris is going to move the ball forward quickly. Paris Ford is able to come across the field and bring him down, but he picks up a gain of 12 and a first down for the Blue Devils into Pitt territory. 2nd and 3 now for Duke. Harris back to pass. Has time. He's going to scramble, though, and he's going to be sliced down in the backfield. Keyshawn Camp comes forward and gives him a nice push, and he goes down like a sack of bricks. It's going to be 3rd and 7. First sack of the day for the Panthers, coming off an 11-sack performance yesterday, and second time is the charm. 2 for 2. Sean Wolfgang this time brings him down on consecutive plays, and you can see the awareness of Harris just not to the level of a quarterback like Daniel Jones. When he doesn't see his first read, oftentimes he tries to scramble, and that's going to give the Panthers opportunities to pick up sacks on this day like they just did on those most recent 2 plays, and so Pitt will take over with the football. 2nd and 12 for the Panthers here as Maurice French gets into the action there with a nice 9-yard catch across the middle. It's going to set up 3rd and short for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Pickett. It's a bubble screen. He's got senior receiver Trey Tipton. Nice little step back juke, and he's got 15 and a first down for the Panthers. He will move the chains, and the Panthers would love to get that receiving game going today as they have 5-star receiver Jordan Pugh in the audience visiting today. Adam Vaughn, defensive tackle, in attendance as well, but Pugh, 5-star receiver. The Panthers in a battle with Penn State for his services, and so they'll look to show that this is an area where he can really be featured in a passing attack. And a nice little play by Pickett there. Good throw off his back foot, finds Jay Keys. Nice juke move, and a gain of 12 for the first down for the Panthers. 2nd and 10, Pickett to Paul Lease. Great little bit of trickeration there. Nice little slight footwork from Paul Lease. Gets around one defender and gets first down yardage across the 35 to the 33-yard line for the Panthers. First down now. Pickett. It's going to be C.J. London now who's going to take the handoff. He gets a gain of 1, so neither Panther running back able to get much traction on the ground so far here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9, Pickett is under center. 2 tight ends set to the right. He's back. Has a a man. That's Maurice French on the comeback route, and Pickett finds him right at the opportune moment, and he's able to spin and run forward for a gain of 18. The Panthers in the red zone now. 2nd and 8. Pickett back to pass. Looking. He's going to be smacked down by, I believe that was Antoine Miller, was able to come forward and bring Pickett down. Great coverage sack. The play action just didn't allow time for the play to develop, and Pickett had to get it away. 3rd and 16 now. He dumps it off to Jay Keys underneath. He bounces off one defender before a triage of players is able to finally bring him down after a gain of 8. It'll be 4th down for the Panthers, and Jay Bump will come on for the relatively short field goal that he knocks up through the uprights, and the Panthers draw first blood, taking the advantage 3-0 here late in the opening quarter. Motion for Duke here. Harris, little RPO action as he fakes the handoff to Pierre and instead chucks it out wide to Kelvin Spencer, who hauls that in for a short gain. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Harris, this time he will hand it off on a very similar looking play design. Really nice play calling from Duke there. Pierre is eventually brought down after a gain of 8 and a 1st down for Duke. 3rd and 8 now. Harris back to pass. They're setting up a screen. It's Pierre out in the flats, and Paris Ford comes forward, dances around a couple of blockers, and then spirals Pierre down to the ground. A great tackle by Paris Ford, and the Panthers will take over with the football here, currently leading 3-0 at the end of the first quarter against the Duke Blue Devils. So Pitt starts out with the football here to open the second quarter. Todd Sibley has the setback behind Pickett under center. He sends Caleb Cannon in motion. On 1st down, the Panthers get the play underway. 3-yard gain for Sibley, and it's going to now be 3rd and 7 for Pitt. Bunch formation to Pickett's left. He's back. Has a man underneath. That's Maurice French, but he is quickly pounced upon by the Duke defense, and he's not able to get 1st down yardage there. He stopped about a yard or two short, and the Panthers will punt the ball away again. Not too much going on for either offense here in the early going. Spencer's found outside. Great little gang tackle by the Panthers to bring him down short of the sticks, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 for Duke. Harris now keeps it on a read option. He's into open field. Great blocking downfield by Duke. Jazzy Spencer is eventually able to pull him down from behind, but not after a gain of 21 yards by the senior Duke quarterback, and 1st down for the Blue Devils. They've done a nice job running the football with both Harris and Pierre, and they've, used the passing game. They don't have a ton of a deep passing game with Harris, but he does a nice job finding routes underneath like he does right there. He's got Kelvin Spencer yet again. Brightwell and Paris Ford, who've been all over the field here early in the contest, are able to come forward and bring him down, but he does get 1st down yards. So Harris, he does scramble when he doesn't see an open route. He's brought down there at the line of scrimmage, doesn't gain anything. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Harris back to pass, doesn't like what he sees. He's got plenty of time, though. Eventually he's going to scramble. Great coverage downfield by the Panthers, absolutely draped all over the Duke receiving core, and Harris had no one to throw to. He tried to scramble. Panthers bring him down for no gain. Duke forced to settle for a short field goal as they level the score here. We're back to square one. 3-3 midway through the second quarter. CJ London with a great carry up the middle on the counter gets about a gain of 8. Best run for the Panthers so far today, and they'll have 3rd and very short. 5 wide set for Pickett now. Plenty of options out. They all run short routes. He's forced to scramble away. Pickett to the right, and he's going to dump it off the pole. Lease, great throw as Lease scrambled forward. A little bit of a scramble drill there for Kenny Pickett. He rolled out to his right. He probably could have ran for the 1st down, but Lease broke away from his defender as he broke off of his route, and Pickett was able to find him for a great catch and run there. Big gain as the Panthers are near midfield, though. 3rd and 11. Very long chance for the Panthers. They're well out of field goal range. Pickett back, looks, has a man over the middle. It's Maurice French who can't haul it in. Great defending by Duke. It was a fantastic throw by Pickett, fitting it into that window. French had it in his hands, but he was just unable to do anything with the football. Duke, after a great Pitt punt by sophomore punter Eric Fox, though, is pinned back inside their own 10. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for Harris. Looks underneath. He finds Nicodem Pierre, who's brought down by a combination of Brightwell and senior corner DeMar Hamlin, but it does get enough for the 1st down, so Duke moved out of, the danger zone of a possible safety. Harris scrambles away, knocked down by Salim Brightwell as he tried to find a receiver coming open underneath, but Brightwell bats it away. It's going to be 2nd down for the Blue Devils. Pierre gets the handoff underneath, runs through a Pitt defender before he is tackled from behind. Great pursuit from Sean Wolfgang, the junior defensive end out of Colorado, who brings him down, forcing 3rd and 3, and nowhere to go for Quentin Harris. He's bottled up in the middle. He tried to scramble, but there was no outlet. Keyshawn Camp brings him down again. That's his 2nd sack of the day, and the Panthers will retake the football here in a game that's even up. Pickett finds Paul Lease as he spins out of bounds. Gain of 17. He protects himself from the hit. Lease off to a very good start so far early in this contest. Pickett, plenty of time in the shotgun now on 2nd down. He looks and finds Trey Tipton. The spider route there from the Panthers Love that little bit of play. And bad news for Pitt. Sean Wolfgang has been ruled out of the rest of this game with a hip injury, so we'll see sophomore defensive end Ronnie Baker on in his place, and the Panthers will need to keep the defensive effort up because they can't get any traction in the offensive attack so far. Thankfully, their kicking game has been spectacular. That's a great punt by Fox. Again, Felipe Motley gets down to down it at about the 5-yard line. First down, Harris tries to scramble away. Baker does shut him down at about the 1-yard line. Eventually, Amir Watts is able to finish off the play for a sack. He's coming off a 4-sack game last week. He gets his first this week, and Duke is forced to play from their own 1-yard line. Eventually, they go with the safe route. They just hand it off to Nicodem Pierre, who picks up a nice gain of 7 to at least get them out of the danger zone, but they're forced to punt the ball away. After a good Maurice French return, Pitt's already in plus territory in here, and Pickett is looking very deep. Great bit of defense by Brandon Feemster to come across and deflect that ball away as Pickett had Jay Keys breaking open downfield. That could have been a touchdown. 20 seconds to play here in the second quarter, and Pickett has his throw undercut here on second down, so he went for a big play, then he went for the short route, and Carter jumps the route, and nobody's going to catch him, and just like that, Duke has turned this game on its head. Tommy Carter undercuts the pass from Kenny Pickett, and Duke is going to go into the half with a 10-3 advantage over your number 12 Pitt Panthers. An absolute crazy turn of events here as Pitt had been moving the ball very well through the air. Pickett had been doing a nice job. They got the ball back and looked like they were just trying to move the ball into some scoring range, and Duke was able to play takeaway, and that's the difference in the game right now. So Pitt really needs to find some diversity on offense, get the running game going, or protect the football if they're going to come away with a victory in this contest. So be sure to tune in here for the second half on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Pitt looking to claw out of a 10-3 hole against the Duke Blue Devils here at Heinz Field. So we welcome you back to Heinz Field. The second half getting underway. Duke starting with the football, looking to extend their advantage as they bid for an upset over your number 12 Pitt Panthers. Nowhere going with the football for Nicodem Pierre, though loses 2, and it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils on their opening possession. Harris is going to be brought down in the backfield yet again. The Panthers are able to contain him when he does try to scramble. That's Ronnie Baker, currently playing in place of the injured Sean Wolfgang, who's able to bring him down for his first sack of the day, and Pitt will retake the football here near midfield. CJ London, gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Pickett. Trips in a bunch to his left. He chooses to go to the right. Maurice French breaking open underneath, and that's a fantastic gain for the Panthers of 11 for a first down for Mr. French. You guys get sick of all the Fs yet. Antonio Greer is able to hold on to that one. A couple early drops in the first half. He hangs on to that catch underneath and picks up just enough for the first down. He's spun down by the Duke defense. Pickett finds French again. It's a great throw from Kenny, and Maurice French, he gets open with absolute ease, uses that speed to his advantage, and the Panthers have a great opportunity inside the red zone now. 2nd and 10 for Pickett. Had a man breaking open. It's nearly intercepted for the second time, though, as Pickett eventually wasn't able to find his man, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. 5 wide set, Lease in motion. Pickett had Jay Keys open to the right-hand side of the field. He was wide open to the right, but as Pickett went to throw it to him, you could see he had him in his sights. Duke was able to get pressure and get penetration into the backfield, knock Pickett's throw off course, and Pitt has to settle for another J-bump field goal, and they'll trail 10-6 here in the third quarter. But it's going to be Quentin Harris on another big run. Those option plays have done very well for Duke to get big gains. Paris Ford is able to catch him from behind to prevent the touchdown, but it's a big gain for Duke up to the Pitt 34-yard line. 2nd down, Harris is back to pass, and he's going to scramble yet again. He's going to be taken down, and it's going to be a fumble. The Panthers have the football. Keyshawn Camp was able to jar it loose from Quentin Harris, his third sack on the day, and Ronnie Baker located and recovered the loose football. So the Panthers are able to do their best takeaway effort here. They return the favor to the Blue Devils, and now they'll have an opportunity to drive back down the field and hopefully take the lead. So great bit of job by the Panthers turning the football over. Harris, with all those times he tries to scramble, the Panthers do finally jar the ball loose from him once, and they are able to retake possession. 3rd and 8, though, for the Panthers. This drive may fizzle out quickly. Pickett scrambles away. He's pushed out of bounds. That's an incomplete pass. And the Panthers don't make anything of their possession. That fizzles out, and they have to punt the ball back to Duke, who's been stellar on defense so far today, really shutting down the Panthers. That's a huge hit, though. Kaiser Artis-Scott jars the ball loose. It was for tight end Mark Birmingham, and Artis-Scott with a huge hit, knocking the ball away, stopping the first down gain. But Duke does pick it up on the next play. That's Aaron Young across the middle for a gain of 7, his second catch on the day, and Duke has a fresh set of downs at midfield. Nicodem Pierre out wide. Paris Ford, though, comes forward, does eventually make him stumble, and Patrick Jones is able to finish the job, bring him down from behind, but he does pick up a nice gain of 8. 2nd and 2 for Duke. Harris is going to keep it this time, and the Panthers are able to come forward, swarm him, but Brightwell brings him down, but not after he gains first down yardage, and Duke just steadily moving the chains here, killing some clock, keeping the ball away from the Panthers, but they can't keep it away for long. Damar Hamlin undercuts the route. It's Harris's 2nd turnover of the day, his first interception. It looked eerily similar to the Kenny Pickett interception at the end of the first half. Hamlin undercuts that route intended for Scott, and it's a great job by Hamlin to undercut it. He ran into his own man. It looked like Paris Ford, their legs got tangled up. It slowed Hamlin's return down. Otherwise, he may have taken that to the house. So Pitt will get the ball on the Duke side of the 50, looking to try and take their first lead of their first lead of the game since they were up a very early 3-0. Pickett finds Maurice French underneath again. It's been a great game for French so far. He gets another big gain, and it's first down for the Panthers. Todd Sibley is able to weave in and out of a couple of Duke defenders. His first really plus yardage gain of the entire day. He picks up 13, and the Panthers have first down at the 17-yard line. Pickett, he's got a man open. That's Sibley on the screen. Great blocking forward. He comes forward, spins off a defender, pushed out of bounds, hits the pylon. You thought maybe he's in the end zone, but if we take a look at this replay, he spun off one defender. Great balance shown by Sibley here. Fights through a couple tacklers. His right foot may have got inside the pylon, but it looked like his left foot stepped out first, and so the Panthers have first and goal from the 1. They give it to the handoff to junior fullback Samuel Smoot, but he is smashed down. Smoot is smashed at the goal line. Can't get in, so it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Panthers. Heavy set again. They give it to Sibley up the middle, and it's a great stand by the Duke defense. Sibley couldn't power his way in, and so 3rd and goal. Pitt decides to try and spread out the Duke defense this time. 2 tailback set with Pickett. It's a triple option. Pickett keeps it himself, and he waltzes into the end zone untouched. Great play call by Mark Whipple, spreading out the Duke defense, and Pickett just using his intelligence on the field. He's very good in those read option sets. He keeps it himself, and he's able to dance untouched into the end zone. Pitt takes their first lead here late in the 3rd quarter. Duke, though, looking to move the football with ease. Great play over the middle. That's Nicodem Pierre on the angle route. Gets first down yardage nearing midfield late in the 3rd quarter. Harris is going to keep it himself. Great blocking downfield by Duke, and he's got plenty of room to meander forward. That's a 13-yard gain for Quentin Harris, and Duke is in plus territory already, looking to counter that Pitt score. Harris back to pass. It's a screen. Good defending by the Panthers. Nearly deflected away by Amir Watts, but eventually they're going to swarm the Duke offense, force a loss, and we'll head into the 3rd quarter. Pitt looking to hang on to a game that's much tighter than anyone expected. 13-10 here as we start the 4th quarter. So Duke with 3rd and very long right now, trying to even the score at the very least with the Panthers. They run a screen. It's Nicodem Pierre underneath again. Jason Jordan is able to quickly flock to the ball carrier for Duke, brings him down and forces a punt out of the Blue Devils offense. So if the one thing you can say is if the Pitt offense hasn't been doing much, neither has the Duke offense. Pickett looked like he could have ran forward there for way more yardage, but I don't know if he knew who was chasing him. Instead, he decides to just go down, take the first down yardage. Pitt now on 1st and 18 after a holding call brings a run back. Todd Sibley is cartwheeled around, but he does a nice job holding onto the football for an 11-yard gain. 3rd and 7 now for the Panthers. CJ London motions out of the backfield, so an empty set now for Pickett. He's back to pass, looks, rolls out to his left, nobody open, he goes to throw it away, and he's leveled by the Duke defense. That is going to be Antoine Miller for his second sack of the day. It's a huge loss for the Panthers, and so they'll have to punt the ball back to the Blue Devils. Nika Dempierre, though, he's gobbled up in the backfield, 4-yard loss. Jason Jordan with another big play to bring him down, and then a false start by the Blue Devils. That's going to be right guard Richardson, who's penalized there. It's going to be 3rd and 19 for Duke now, so not much to be expected out of this drive. They just set up a screen yet again for Nika Dempierre, and Paris Ford comes forward, cartwheels or spins him around, and the Panthers eventually push him out of bounds and force a punt from the Blue Devils. So if Pitt can get a touchdown here, they can effectively put the game out of reach the way the Duke offense has been performing. Antonio Greer, though, with another drop on the day. He's not able to withstand the contact there and hold on to the football, so it's going to be 3rd down for the Panthers. Pickett, though, he had C.J. London, the sophomore, holds on to that football through some heavy contact, picks up 1st down yardage for the Panthers here as they're trying to, churn some clock away and give Duke as little opportunity as possible to come from behind. Great bit of movement by C.J. London there. Lovely little head fake, and Duke picks up a gain of about 10. It's going to be 2nd inches. Pickett has a man underneath. That's Antonio Greer. He does hold on this time through the contact. Picks up 5 and a 1st down for the Panthers. 2 tight end set as Pickett is under center. He is back to pass, though. Looking over the middle. Great job picking up the block. Pickett fights through 3 potential tacklers. Dumps it off to Antonio Greer. That's an incredible play by Kenny Pickett. What a bit of just toughness from the junior quarterback there. He fought through 3 potential tacklers and was able to get a great gain for the Panthers. And then he scrambles out. Nice gain of 4. Kenny Pickett showing some incredible mental fortitude for the Panthers right now. 2nd and 10. Tight set for the Panthers in the shotgun. It's Pickett underneath behind Trey Tipton, though. That's a tough pass from Kenny, who's struggled at times with his accuracy today. And Pitt will face a 3rd and very long. 3rd and 10. Pickett scrambling to his left. He may run. Decides to pass it. He's hit as he throws. And Pickett goes down. And he was laboring as he came off the field there. Did not look comfortable, so we'll see what happens if the Panthers do get the ball back. Great throw from Quentin Harris, though. He finds his man. That's Aaron Young, who's able to haul that in for a gain of 9. Duke nearing a 1st down, 2nd and 1 as they're in the hurry-up with just over 3 minutes to play. Great job picking up the blitz by Duke, but Harris leaves it out there just a bit too long, and Paris Ford comes away with the football. A great job by the Panthers free safety. He was able to recognize that football. It was thrown near 2 Duke receivers, so Ford was able to come off of his man and make a play on the errant pass. It was just left with too much loft, and Pitt will take over in great field position, but they'll be without their junior quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He's got a foot injury, and he will not be able to return for the rest of this game, so that leaves it up to redshirt freshman A.C. Reese. He's only got into a couple of games so far this year, and he's thrown 2 passes in his career. It'll be on him for the Panthers to try and run this clock out or potentially put the game out of reach against the Blue Devils, and they do try and start it off with a run. Jay Keys on a jet sweep out of a wide receiver set there. Picks up a gain of about 2. So 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. 5 wide set now for Reese. So we may see a pass from him here with 2 minutes to play. He rolls out into space. Fights off 1 tackle. He's hit from behind. The ball's jarred loose. A.C. Reese, his 2nd play of the game. And Duke gets the ball, and they're going the other way. A great recovery. And they have fantastic field position up near the 45. A.C. Reese broke out wide. Had some space, but he just wasn't able to get down as he was pursued by 2 Duke defenders. The first one knocked him off balance, and as a defender came from behind, they were able to catch him and jar the football loose, and the recovery gives Duke the football at about their own 44-yard line. So they only have to really get into field goal position to force this game into into extra minutes, into extra time, into overtime, however you want to say it, wherever you're from. So 3rd and 3 for Duke. It's Nika Dempierre up the middle. He does get just enough for 1st down yardage, and Duke's in the hurry up here. They still do have all 3 timeouts. Harris back to pass. It's a screen. He's got Pierre underneath, and Paris Ford blows that up in the backfield. A huge tackle as Ford has had a fantastic game. Might be his best game of the season so far for the junior free safety from Steel Valley, Pennsylvania, local product. Harris is going to scramble on 2nd and 13. He's got plenty of room to run forward. Ford is able to come over and make another tackle on him, but after a gain of 18, Duke is nearing field goal range here. 1st and 10 for Duke as they use their first timeout. Harris back to pass. He's going to scramble, and he's going to be brought down. I think that was Darren Toth, the junior defensive tackle, brings him down there. It's going to be 2nd and 13. The clock will stop on a timeout. Harris passes underneath. That's Kelvin Spencer, and Ford with another big hit. He lays the boom on Kelvin Spencer, his 10th tackle of the day. 3rd and 11 for Duke. Harris is going to scramble out wide. Ford comes forward. He misses him, but it's a great tackle. Patrick Jones is able to bring Harris down from behind, short of the sticks. It's going to be 4th and inches. Duke hurries to the line, saving their timeout. Why are they not kicking a field goal? They're going for it over the middle. Ford breaks up the play. It was to Kelvin Spencer across the middle. Paris Ford in coverage, and look at the play from the Panthers. Do everything free safety. He's had an incredible game. He's been my player of the game, no doubt about it, and he makes the game-saving tackle to jar the football loose. A.C. Reese will be able to kneel the clock out as the Panthers come away with a victory. Keyshawn Camp also with a great game today, 3 sacks and forced a fumble that the Panthers did recover, but Paris Ford really saved the Panthers' bacon today. Duke moving that football on that final drive. Ford, I think, had 3 or 4 tackles on the final drive, a couple for a loss, huge interception on the drive prior, and he makes the game-saving disruption of the final pass as Duke elected to try and get a first down to really go for the victory is what it seemed like, and the Panthers were able to escape with their lives. A huge victory for Pitt as they move one step closer to the ACC Coastal Division title. So as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hail to Pitt. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.